Welcome back. Let's see another example. Dimitri invests $1,000 in an account that earns 4% annual interest, compounded continuously. How long will it take the account to earn $100 of interest? Again, this word continuously tells us that we will be using the formula A equals P e to the RT. We can see that the principal invested will be the $1,000. That 4% gives us the interest rate R, 0.04. The question is how long, so we know we're looking for or solving for t. What's a little bit odd about this problem, though, is this interest amount. The problem with that is the A equals P e to the RT formula has no interest amount. It's got the interest rate, R, that we already know is 0.04, but it's got nowhere where there's a dollar amount for interest. So, what are we going to do? We're going to have to be a little creative here. I know you didn't think math was creative, but it is. Let's see. If I invest $1,000 and I earn $100 of interest, doesn't that mean my ending amount, my accumulated amount? In other words, A, wouldn't that be the $1,000 I invested plus the $100 of interest? Yeah, it absolutely would. The accumulated amount is going to be your principal plus any interest. So knowing that the interest is $100 tells us that A, the accumulated amount, must be $1,100. So that gives us the last thing we need to plug into our formula. $1,100 is going to be equal to the principal 1,000 times e to the RT, 0.04t. And again, we're looking for t. We need to solve for t. So let's isolate our exponential expression by dividing both sides by 1,000. That's going to give me e to the 0.04t equals, and I'm going to cancel a factor of 100 to get 11 over 10. Then I'm going to take the natural log on both sides to get rid of the e on the left-hand side. So this equation implies or tells us that 0.04t must be equal to the ln of 11 over 10. Before we get out our calculator, let's finish isolating the t by dividing both sides by 0.04. And that tells us that t is, using a calculator at this point, obviously. And we get 2.38, I'll call that 2.4. And these are always in years because our annual interest is given in years. I have one more example for you. You invest $400 in an account that earns continuous compound interest. And again, this continuous tells us that we're going to use the formula A equals PE to the RT. Let's see, in 5 years, we have $476 in the account. What annual interest rate was the account paying? Let's go ahead and note down which number in the problem corresponds to which letter in the formula. We invest $400, that means that's our principal. So P equals 400. It's a continuous compound interest. 5 years. That's interesting. This time we're being given a t value. In 5 years, we have $476 in the account. That means the accumulated amount is $476. The question is, what was the annual interest rate? In other words, we're looking for R this time. That's confirmed by the fact that if you put in all of the numbers we have into the formula, so 476 equals 400 e to the R times t, and t is 5, the only letter left in the formula is R. So we must be solving for R. Of course, we already knew that because it said what annual interest rate, but it doesn't hurt to have confirmation of what you think is going on. R is in the exponent, so everything we're going to do for the rest of the problem is exactly the same as what we've been doing. We need to isolate our exponential expression, which I will do by dividing both sides by 400. That'll give e to the 5r equals 476 over 400. Now that we have the exponential expression isolated, I can take the natural log on both sides, which gets rid of both the ln and the e on the left-hand side, leaving me 5r equals ln of 476 over 400. I'll isolate the r by dividing both sides by 5. On the right-hand side, dividing by 5 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/5. You can write it either way, it doesn't matter. So with my calculator, I'm going to do 476 divided by 400. I do that first, then I take the natural log, and then I'll divide that by 5, which gives 0.035 approximately. In other words, the annual interest rate was about 3.5%. Okay, I think these will help you with some of the word problems that we're going to be doing over in Math 340. As always, let me know any questions you have because I'm here to help and I'm here to answer your questions.